So Anycubic are coming out with this new resin called Tough Resin Ultra, which I've been very lucky to have been sent an advanced sample, and I've been having a lot of fun playing around with it. Now, I have already covered this resin pretty well in the previous video, but it wasn't the focus of the previous video. And I really think it's worthwhile to give this thing its own video, because for anyone who missed it, this is actually incredible for miniatures. But the most incredible thing is the price, and I'll get to that soon. But for now, let's walk through this. I'll show you the cool properties of this resin, and yeah, I think this is a perfect miniatures resin. You can be the judge, obviously. Also as well, it is worth noting that there's an affiliate link down below where you can pre-order this if you are interested in it. So do take this video with a grain of salt, as I am attempting to capitalize on this excellent resin. But I'll do my best to show you. Like, you can use your eyeballs to determine if you think this is good or not, and then just tune me out or whatever. But yeah, if you do decide you want to give this a go, please use the link down below. All right, cheers. Let's dive into this, and yeah, I'll show you how cool this resin is. So I was just sitting here slicing away at the feet of these little miniatures here so I can get them to have some really nice contact with these bases when I glue them down. And I want to show you, if I can, how well this resin takes a knife, because it's awesome. I love finding resins that are like this, because it's just, see that? Look at that. But yeah, please leave a comment about how I shouldn't cut towards myself. I do enjoy the engagement. There we go. See, I can just shave that. Like that. Absolutely fantastic. So a little bit of super glue. These bases, by the way, are from my base pack, which you can get on buymeacoffee.com/once-in-a-six-side or patreon.com/once-in-a-six-side by becoming a member. And these bases, I promise you, are better than any other bases you're going to find anywhere else in terms of a 3D printable base, because I found a lot of them out there either are too thin and flimsy, which these ones are not. These are nice and durable. But also the free ones out there, a lot of times, they get the angle wrong, like the slope on the side of the base. Whereas these ones, these will be very familiar to you. So that's one of the perks of becoming a member. You get yourself this nice base pack. But anyway, let's glue this dude down. Nice. Bloody rabbit hair. The head. These miniatures, by the way, are from Anvil Industries. I think they're called the Heavy Drop Troopers or something like that. Yeah. By the way, if you're an artist, right, and you're modeling miniatures and you get to the part where you're sculpting the soles of their feet, particularly the parts that are going to be making contact with a base, let me know, why do you not just sculpt them dead flat? Because I see this so often where you've got like ridges and, you know, other details sculpted into the sole of the foot. Now, it makes sense, say, take this one, for example, it makes sense that you would do it on this foot, right? Because it's like this foot is visible from the back of the miniature. So yeah, put some detail on the bottom of that foot. But this one that's intended to be glued down, why? Why are we decreasing the surface area so much? I want to know, because it means we've got to come in here if we want, you know, these miniatures to stay glued down. Means we got to come in here and shave that foot. Yeah, because now with that flattened out, that's going to make a really, really nice contact with the base. So like, why not just give us that from the get-go? Curious, let me know. And maybe there are reasons to prefer detail on the bottoms of the feet, regardless of whatever I just said. So yeah, let me know. Okay, let's get some paint on these guys so we can actually see the detail. Sunlu 0.5mm trigger airbrush. This is the, what is this? The Advanced GAD 68. Been really digging this thing. It's been a workhorse for me for months at this point, and I really felt the need with airbrushes to use them for a good while before I made any sort of judgment, just because airbrushes are not my wheelhouse. All right, let's bring out that detail. Yes. You seeing that? Look at that. How do we zoom in more? Matte White from Army Painter Air Range. Really been enjoying these paints. I just wish Army Painter really enjoyed my videos still. So the details there, that's good. These are printed, by the way, on the Anycubic Photon Mono M5S Pro at 0.05 millimeter layer height with anti-aliasing set to 1 in Photon Workshop. Look at this model. Holy fuck. Let's do another one. Look at that. Super, super cool. Ah. Really, really nice. Incredible. Anyway, if anyone from Army Painter still watches, I love you guys. I hope to see more. Don't forget about me. God, they look good, don't they? Okay, I am very excited because here we have more Tough Resin Ultra, this time in grey. So I think what we'll do is we'll throw this in the printer and print up some models. This is good because I can see if there's any difference now between this and the clear. Real quick though, I just want to talk about the price of the Tough Resin Ultra. At the start of this video, I said something like the price of this stuff is incredible or really interesting or whatever. It turns out actually that the way Anycubic have worded this on their website is extremely confusing. It says you can get 3 for the price of 2 and then lists a sale price of $61.50 USD. This is actually, I'm not the only one to misinterpret this as meaning you get 3 liters for $61.50. What it's actually saying though is if you order 2 liters at $61.50 each, you also get a 3rd liter for free, kinda. So it works out to be $41 USD per liter. Now for how incredible this resin is, I think that's a good deal. I think it's worth it. And it's definitely competitive with other top tier miniature resins that I've encountered, such as Elegoo ABS-like 2.0 and Chitu Systems Conjure Sculpt. In any case, there's an affiliate link down below to this, and I'm going to show you right now how bloody awesome this resin is. Well, hopefully this one is as awesome as the clear stuff. I imagine it will be, but yeah, let's do it. Anycubic Mono M5S Pro. Got my vent system installed here. And the reason I got that installed is because I'm loving the shit out of this printer. This is my favorite printer at the moment, and I want to use it for everything. So I made the effort to install this, and we're, doing the... Yeah, also I want to take safety a little more seriously this year. I have been a little bit blasé about it, and that's not good. So one of you had an incredible suggestion for me on a previous video, the comprehensive guide to resin 3D printing. Blue2503 suggested that instead of using newspaper as a safeguard against resin drips at this stage of the process, to go down to the local hardware store, specifically the plant section, and pick up one of these water basins that you put underneath pot plants. Because these things are obviously UV resistant, so you can go take them outside and cure the mess in the sun, which I did try, and I found that to be kind of annoying. I prefer to just clean it with a bit of alcohol. But yeah, this is a really nice idea, and this works quite well. I picked up a couple. I got a bigger one. This one as well. This one seems to be a really great size. And yeah, literally all you do is just get this in underneath your build plate and then pull your build plate out. And how good's that? Now we have a surface to work on that is catching all the mess, which is super nice. Yeah, it looks like for this machine, it's the exact same as the clear resin. So that's cool. If you want to know how to do this, do check out the comprehensive guide to resin 3D printing. I cover it pretty well there. Well, that's weird. What the fuck? Hang on. Let's have a look at that in 3D Builder. Okay, same thing here. My guess is this is a weird artifact that's come as a result of this file being exported from Lychee. Thankfully, Moid has included the Lychee files here, so let's take a look at that, see if we can figure out what's going on. Yeah, so we can see in Lychee it's totally fine. So what we'll do is we'll just export this as an STL again and see if, I don't know, this time it's fine.
Lychee just does this sometimes. For whatever reason, when exporting stuff to STL, shit can get screwy really quickly, and it's a damn shame. There we go. And that time, for whatever reason, it exported fine. So super strange as ever. Good old Lychee. I fucking love Lychee. People say I rag on Lychee too much, but I have a love-hate relationship with Lychee. I get frustrated with it and I hate it because I love it so much. Does that make sense? Like, it does so many things. It gets so many things right. It was such a breath of fresh air to the software side of resin 3D printing, but then they just, I don't know, they made it too bloated and they put stupid features in it. And then there's just, it's frustrating because it's good and it has so much potential. And I get that it's super hard to make software. I get it. Okay, that looks pretty good. So these models printed off absolutely perfectly, which is great to see. And all the supports came away nicely and everything looks to be good. Very, very happy with all of that. These models, by the way, are designed by the talented Moid and were a reward last month for members of the Once in a Six Side membership subscription, which, if you'll allow me just a couple of moments here, I'd like to plug real quick. So this isn't a sponsored message. This is feel free to skip ahead, but I got to pay the bills. This video was supposed to come out last month, but then just things happened and it didn't. But not to worry, because there are a bunch of other cool models this month. But I want to start with models that you're going to get no matter when you sign up, because we have a great welcome pack full of a bunch of fun different stuff. The bases, the plain Wargaming base pack is going to be a credible companion to you for your 3D printing tabletop hobby. Print them in FDM, that's what I like to do, or they're even pre-supported to print in resin, and you can get really great results with those files if that's what you prefer. There's a bunch of terrain, and then these epic tanks from Synergy Studio, and all of these cool sculpts from Artificers Mini. So that's the welcome pack, so no matter what point in time you're watching the video, if you sign up, you will get them, and likely the welcome pack is going to have even more models in it by that point in time. And then just quickly, exclusive to this month of March 2024, you're going to get all of these fantastic models from Artificers Mini, Dork Factory, Hivemind Minis, Imp 3D Sion, Moid, Neoteric Miniatures, Stoneforge, and Synergy Studio. So all of these epic models are donations to the Once in a Six Side membership subscription to help make it a more valuable subscription to you if you do come and sign up. So I'm very grateful to all these artists. Thank you so much. Everyone, if you don't become a member here today, at least go check out all of these cool artists and there will be links to their profiles down below. Becoming a member also gets you access to our incredible Discord server where we are having a super fun print and paint right now going on this month with these models. So get in, join the print and paint, and if you can get some photos uploaded by the 26th to the Discord, I'll share them here in a video later this month. Okay, thank you for hearing me out. Head to buymeacoffee.com/once in a six side, patreon.com/once in a six side, or click that join button down below this video. And now let's get back to these resins. Let's quickly recap on the clear resin before we take a look at the models printed in grey. The resin prints great, it looks really nice. I did later see a tiny bit of yellowing on larger parts, although I failed to really capture that with the camera. But importantly, none of the parts came off the printer looking warped or deformed or anything like that. I was really blown away by Tough Resin Ultra's ability to bend before it breaks. And in particular, the way it breaks more often feels kind of like it splits and then tears, rather than outright snapping or shattering like more brittle resins tend to do. This flexibility appears to be long-lasting too, with these parts coming up on a month old now and still displaying the same amount of toughness. This is an incredibly impressive resin to me. Now let's take a look at the same resin but in grey. As I bent and broke these pieces, I couldn't help but feel like maybe the grey is ever so slightly less tough than the clear, but I don't know, it's a tough call to make based on this incredibly unscientific testing of just wriggling bits around and bending them until they fail. These are also different models that I'm abusing compared to last time. But this is still an incredible resin in terms of flexibility and durability, don't get me wrong. And I'm still just super impressed with this Anycubic Tough Resin Ultra. Meanwhile, I've had some of the clear prints sitting in a sealed container in the back of my car because one of you suggested I try something like that to see if the parts would warp. Let's check in on those now and see how they're doing.
Okay, let's have a look here. This is fresh out of the hot car. These have been in there for 2 weeks through what has been probably the most intense heat wave we've had in a while. And oh crap. All right. So that is not not great to see. Hang on. So yeah, that is completely bent. Can I bend it back? I mean, I think I prefer this to it snapping. This might be the lesser of two evils. Let's take a look at that other one. Oh boy. So these guys don't have any like tiny, dainty details like swords or sniper rifles or things like that. And they've held up absolutely fine. Like you see, the most warp-prone detail on this guy would be his little hose here. But I mean, the way that that's fixed to the model in two places means it's basically a non-issue. Yeah, so these guys, totally fine. This kind of detail... Not so much.
I also printed another plate of minis in the grey resin, and so far these are holding up well. I mean, just look at how bloody durable this stuff is. It's nuts. So I've got a special treat for those of you who have been patient enough to make it this far through the video. You see, since I started work on this video, I've actually begun playing around with another resin, Sunlu Toughness Resin in particular. And this stuff, I think, is a serious contender for Anycubic and their Tough Resin Ultra. From my initial testing, this stuff seems to be about on par in terms of toughness, so it's nice and bendy and durable. However, it is cheaper at just $36 a litre. I've not printed with a Sunlu resin before, but my experience from start to finish with printing with this resin has been incredible. Like everything from the packaging, which includes filters, to their website here with all this information, it really feels like Sunlu are going above and beyond to be a standout, to be one of, if not the best choice for your miniatures 3D printing resin. So really impressed with what I'm seeing from Sunlu, and I highly recommend you check this stuff out as well. And there will of course be an affiliate link for this below also. I mean, you don't have to use my affiliate link, but it's really appreciated if you do. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, so they do have a bulk discount, but you gotta buy 10 bottles, and then that brings it down to, it looks like $25.99 per bottle, which, oh man, it's a lot of upfront cost, but $260, I mean, is that worth it? Maybe. It's pretty good. It's pretty good value, considering how good the resin is. But you gotta buy a lot of it. It's a big commitment, so I'll leave that with you.
Right, well... Welcome to the end of the video. This is the second time recording this outro actually because we've had some twists and turns. I thought this video was going to be purely just a little quick, hey, Tough Resin Ultra clear, incredible, don't miss out, get yourself some of this. So I noticed really similar performance between these two, Tough Resin Ultra Grey and Sunlu Toughness Grey. And I suspect, it's just a guess, but the pigment they use actually compromises the toughness just a tiny bit, because I do feel, I'm pretty sure these two aren't quite as tough as the clear one. Pretty sure. Like they're close. They're quite close, but I think this one just edges them out a little bit. And what's super interesting about that is back when I did the Hay Gears video, the first Hay Gears video, I used this stuff, PAT10 transparent resin, and I printed all those Piper Makes and Riverside Minis models. Oh, and Hivemind Minis as well, I believe. And I noticed that this stuff was really tough and durable as well, quite bendy. However, I have noticed since that the models printed in this aren't exhibiting the same amount of flex and durability as they had after I initially printed and cured them. So this one's longevity seems to be less good. This one, I don't know about the longevity yet. And these two, longevity so far, so good. These ones are quite expensive if you buy just one bottle. You've got to buy at least 3 before these start getting competitive. This one, you can buy a single one for $36. That's crazy. And if you're willing to buy 10, you can get it for as low as $26. This one's like $100. Don't even bother with this one. There's no you could use this if you want. It's a nice resin. And I will say it's very resistant to yellowing. So actually, if you want a really high quality, clear, durable resin, maybe not as durable as these, but more than durable enough that you want to use for like cloaking effects, flight stands, that kind of thing, it might be worth picking up a bottle of this. But my recommendation is definitely this one. I think Tough Resin Ultra Clear is incredible. The Tough Resin Ultra Grey is also incredible, maybe just edged out slightly by the clear. And yeah, this is looking very, very promising as well. I think where we're at today, this might just be my opinion, but I think where we're at is you shouldn't bother with standard resins at all because these are now cheap enough. And I'm talking to the war gamers among you, right? I realize not everyone buying resin printers, and resin is printing tiny little miniatures. But then if you're not printing miniatures, why are you watching my channel? Yeah, and same goes for like fast resins. I don't see the point in those for our applications specifically. They're just too brittle. This is, in my opinion, the most important thing is toughness, durability, and bendiness. Like, these miniatures need to be able to stand up to being gamed with. That means being thrown in boxes and going on bumpy car rides, you know, being set up and taken down and manhandled constantly. So I think this matters more than basically anything else. So any resin that prioritizes, say, like, yeah, speed or detail, fuck them. I don't think we... Sorry. I don't think we need them. I think this, at least for me, this is what I care about, and this is what I value highly, and this is what I get excited about when I encounter. So there are also a handful of other resins I've come across that I really like as well. Elegoo ABS 2.0 is amazing. Highly recommend that if you can find it. Same goes for Chitu Systems Conjure Sculpt. Both of those are very, very lovely, durable resins. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out buymeacoffee.com/once-in-a-six-side or patreon.com/once-in-a-six-side to become a member and get a ton of cool STLs and help keep this channel above water. Your help is greatly appreciated. And yeah, you also get access to our Discord server, a bunch of extra videos. It's just, it's going to be a ton of fun. All right. Thank you to everyone who's helping make this possible, especially all the artists who have donated their awesome miniatures this month. It's fucking awesome working with you guys. All right. Resin video concluded. Please go shopping, use my affiliate links, and I'll see you back here soon.